Welcome back to another episode of Myths and Mysteries in Black and White. We two hosts, Josh and Ed.
Hello.
Ed, first things first. Shit, I need to seriously start writing some questions down.
I think we should just give up on them.
Yeah.
We screw it up every episode.
Yeah.
But
well, how you been then?
all right, not too bad. And with things that we've been working on, even better. Even better.
Which, keep an eye out for the On the Hunt. It will
Yeah.
explain all.
That's where we'll be talking all about what we're going to be doing this week. Oof.
Talking of this week, gutted yesterday.
It didn't come home.
It didn't come home. It's never coming home.
The thing is, right, I feel like the solution is so simple. It's just, I love Harry Kane, what he's done for England, but this tournament,
He's been shocking.
he
comes into the midfield too much.
It's
and then when we get the ball to play it forward, he's then got to run, and he ain't exactly the quickest.
No, but the whole tournament, he just seemed really, really lethargic.
Yeah.
Really lethargic.
But I saw something, apparently he was playing with a back injury.
Right.
But at the same time, you've got Ivan Toney and Ollie Watkins on the bench.
Yeah, and we know what Ollie Watkins can do.
And on his day, Ivan Toney's a baller.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So it just weren't meant to be.
No.
They do, you know what I mean? They didn't show themselves up, though.
No.
They played some good football.
Yeah, they play with a heart out, so fair play to them.
Yeah,
but...
you know. And the best thing about it is, the best players we've got are still really young.
Really young, yeah.
Are still really young. I mean, like Bellingham,
Palmer, Mainu, Foden, Saka.
That's what I mean. We're in good stead. We're in good stead. We just got to keep hoping Jordan Pickford just plays forever, because, my God, I love that man.
You put him in an England shirt and he is just a different animal.
He's different gravy. Honestly, I love him. Love him. But you didn't come on this video to talk about football.
Exactly.
There's a point, really. We could make another podcast just for talk about football.
We very well could.
Yeah.
Let us know if you guys would be interested in that.
Yeah, I doubt it.
I doubt it, but...
Let's be honest, there's better podcasts to talk about football.
100%. 100%.
I mean, there's actual ex-footballers who do that, so, you know, what do two schmucks?
But no, as you can tell by the title, today we are talking about the boy himself.
Oh, I'm so
that
bad.
geezer. Him. There.
The reason... The other half of the reason why this podcast came about was for my research, my love for the big hairy man that people know as Bigfoot or Sasquatch, or, as you'll see in this episode, loads of other names.
Fair play. Well, without further ado, I say we crack on. So, get yourself comfortable, get a drink, all that good stuff, and Ed, take it away, boy.
Right. Let's say for this list, even if we don't get through them all, at the minute I've only got 20.
Only.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I've got 20. I mean, there is, 51 states in America?
Yeah, I think so. 50, 51, 52, I don't know.
And every state, apart from Hawaii, have a Bigfoot-like creature. And with, like, a Bigfoot-like creature, but they also call different names.
Yeah.
And my first one is from the state of Wisconsin, and it is called the Cumberland Beast.
Okay.
Which is also my nickname when Tesco's used to do the Cumberland ring sausages. If you know, you know. Because, my God, they were good. Oh, and the hot deli, honestly, they were so good. Oh, I used to have about 4 or 5 of them. And they make me do things. Unbelievable. But anyway, the Cumberland Beast. My cousin. So it's in the state of Wisconsin. Wisconsin has a total land area of 34.7 million acres.
Jesus.
And 16 million of those total acres are covered in forest.
Oh, right. So it's barely been touching it.
So it's most of the northern half of the state.
Yeah.
And that means 46% of the state is a potential home for a Sasquatch to live.
Okay.
And it appears they already does, as eyewitness reports of the beast trickle out of the dairy state as frequently as reports of Badgerland lake monsters. One such location for frequent sightings of a Bigfoot-like creature is the city of Cumberland, located in Barron County. For decades, residents of this 4.04 square mile city have told of their encounters of a creature that possesses the stereotypical characteristics of a Sasquatch.
Mm-hmm.
Large frame, strong build, putrid smell, and covered in hair. Sightings of the creature go so far back that even local Native American St. Croix tribe tell stories of an encounter that took place generations ago. The story goes that one day, a large hairy creature that the tribe referred to as the Screeching Demon wandered into a St. Croix camp and frightened members of the tribe so badly that many feared for their lives. Eventually, a group of women protected their children, drove the beast away. The protective mothers grabbed whatever objects were around them, mostly brooms. That's not me being sexist, that's what happened. And proceeded to swat at it and beat the demon until it fled back into the woods. Honestly,
Go, get it!
Back, you beast! Tribal leaders tell of how the Screeching Demon never again entered the camp, but it would often be seen lurking around and watching from the woods. While the account or story above could be played off as just that, a story, many modern sightings of the Cumberland Beast add to its lengthy history and possible credibility. In 1974, young sisters Sharon and Shelley Brunette were playing tag in a cornfield near their family property when they both had an up-close encounter with the creature. As the girls chased each other through the tall stalks, they naturally made their way to the last row of corn. Upon exiting, the girls came to a dead stop because 20 feet in front of them stood a large hair-covered human-like beast. The girls stated that the beast seemed just as startled as they did, locking eyes with one another. After nearly 30 seconds of standing in shock, the Cumberland Beast turned and ran off into the adjacent tree line. The girls turned in terror and fled back into the corn and ran towards our home screaming. One said that the two... Oh, what's up with me? Fucking hell. The two sisters told their parents about seeing a large monster that stood nearly 7 foot tall, was covered in black hair, had arms that hung down to its knees, and smelled like rotten onions.
Very specific.
Fast forward 20 years to the mid-90s when eyewitness Dennis Murphy was travelling through Wisconsin from Minnesota and sighted not just one, but two of the beasts standing in a cornfield. Sure it just weren't the two sisters. Murphy, you know what I mean? It's a sound very, you know. Murphy stated that as he drove up alongside the corn, one of the unknown creatures, the smaller one, turned away and tried to crouch down. The larger one, however, who Dennis believed was around 8 foot tall, continued to stare, though as he slowly drove by watching. After his sighting, Dennis Murphy described the creatures as being 7 and 8 feet tall, with a wide build, long arms, human-like faces, and covered in a whitish grey coloured hair. Jump ahead another 8 years, and we get 2 reports of the beast. Only this time it was reported as looking in through the eyewitnesses' home windows. The first sightings come from St. Croix Reservation Animal Control Officer Val Hogner. While home one night at her rural residence, Val took notice of an odd yet putrid smell drifting through her windows. When she approached the window to look outside for the source, Val witnessed a large, nearly 7 foot tall, hair-covered bipedal creature turn and duck down. Obviously frightened, Val turned from her window and ran back into the safety of her home. Sometime later on, that same reservation, a woman by the name of Loretta Potter would have her own sighting. On the morning of July 19th, so 4 days away, we're doing this on the 15th, so yeah, makes sense. Right, righto. I don't know what that actually had to do with anything, but
now you know.
now you know. Loretta woke up at 5 a.m. and headed to her kitchen. Upon arrival into the kitchen, Loretta looked out of the window and noticed a large black figure staring into her daughter's window at the other end of the house outside. Worried that it was a possible intruder, Loretta yelled out at the unknown thing, causing it to spin around and look towards her. Shocked at what she saw, Loretta let out a scream, and the creature, keeping in suit, turned and ran off into the surrounding woods. Loretta Potter would go on to describe her early morning visitor as standing around 8 feet tall, being totally covered in dark matted hair, and having a hairless grey face that looked somewhat human, but not fully. The local sheriff's department was contacted the next day, as well as the St. Croix Reservation Police, who would go on to send out an officer to investigate. Upon arriving at Loretta Potter's residence, Officer Marvin Halverson would take notice of several large footprints with human-like toes fleeing across the dirt driveway, and would also go on to discover that 2 of the family pet rabbits that were kept outside were missing from their broken enclosure. So, there's the Cumberland Beast. There's some stories of the Cumberland Beast. And it's all very, very similar.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing as well, what I try and when I do my research and that, it's because when every Bigfoot in each state is going to be a little bit different.
Yeah, yeah.
And some, they're going to be 9-10 feet tall, like in Washington and places like that, where there's a high grizzly bear population, moose population, because they've got to be able to
bigger animals, so they've got to be bigger to
survive.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, because we've have sightings here in the UK, and a lot of them are about 6 to 7 feet tall.
Yeah, but we haven't really got any major predators.
We've got no predators, really. Our largest predator is a badger.
Yeah, and the badger's not exactly going to do much against the Bigfoot.
No. So, with our one, and it could be a cousin of a Bigfoot. It's not exactly a Bigfoot, but it's a relation.
Yeah.
If you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Like how...
Like a crocodile family. You've got saltwaters, you've got Niles, you've got...
Yeah,
do you know
exactly. What I mean? So there's just different types of Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Because you ain't... so it's just not just one type, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
They're all going to be different. They've all got different hair colours, like how we do. Different skin colours, like how we do. But they're from the same genus.
Yeah.
Shall we say?
Yeah.
I believe. Might be totally wrong. I could be spurting absolute bollocks. But, we move. The next one is actually a quite famous one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's from the state of Florida.
Oh, yes, I have heard of this one.
And it is commonly known as a skunk ape. And I wonder why it got that name. Because it's a smelly bastard. And that's like the famous picture of it.
Oh.
And that one. What does that look like? A bit.
An orangutan.
Yeah, an orangutan. And that's where a lot of people think that Bigfoot is like an evolved species of the Gigantopithecus.
Yeah. Very well could be. Well could be. That's the most logical explanation.
Yes. Let's go on this one. Right. The skunk ape, also known as the Florida Sandman, is a mysterious bipedal primate believed to be related to the Sasquatch. Although they are in many different ecosystems across North America, they are primarily located in swamps, and especially in the southern United States. This aids in their distinction from Sasquatches, as they possess a different home range, generally considered as being restricted to the Pacific Northwest. So, there are also both physical and habitual differences between the two. Examples of the famous skunk ape includes the abominable swamp slob, Everglades ape, and the folk monster, the green chimp, the hollow-paw gorilla, the Honey Island swamp monster, Momo, and the Miyaka skunk ape. The 2 or 3 varieties of skunk ape have come about as the definition varies from one cryptozoologist to the next. And because it has evolved over time, these variations are naturally significantly different. That technically the creatures would probably not be direct related on an evolutionary standard. Though there is little other way to describe them, as it is considered harder to lump them all together. The primary characteristic of a skunk ape is their extremely odoriferous, nauseating smell. However, this one defining factor of their physiology is now not as important, as more non-smelly creatures are being labelled as skunk apes as well. It is possible that they smell so bad due to spending much of their time in underground dens where they are believed to have laid up curled up with carrion stolen from local alligators. It is also believed that this subterranean lifestyle is the reason for the rare sightings and lack of capture. Most subtypes of skunk ape are bipedal, though they show a tendency to drop to all fours and run that way when it is more useful to them.
Like an ape.
Some are said to resemble the Sasquatch, especially those found in Florida, but tend to be much larger and sometimes are noted for oversized heads that look more monster-like than ape-like. Others being labelled as skunk apes appear to be more of an unnatural hybrid between a dog, a giant monkey, and a kangaroo. The fur or hair colour is typically dark, with many described individuals possessing black or deep brown hues. A tail is also occasionally mentioned. So now, if that was the case, that's an old world monkey.
Yeah.
When it is described, the tail is usually bushy, like that of a fox or a wolf. This links them to devil monkeys and would probably definitely indicate that the skunk apes are in fact not apes at all, but monkeys. Even so, several reports state that they could be little more than feral populations of chimps and orangutans, which could have been developed from abandoned pets and lab animals. These are more properly known as napes, short for North American apes instead. Those skunk apes found in Florida are often located within swampy biomes such as the Everglades. This breed is more physically normal than those breeds found elsewhere, leaving many to classify them as a unique type of animal that could actually be an existent species. Even though those skunk apes listed as being similar in appearance to a squatch, they are noted as being especially different in terms of foot shape and number of toes, which has been known to be quite variable. Often it is a 3-toed footprint that is found, since the number of toes is one of the slowest changing features as a species evolves. It is not generally thought that a primate could develop such a foot. This leaves a lot of problems for those who hope to prove that skunk apes with a typical feet are true creatures, because the skunk apes' feet really ought to match up to biological expectations better. But I've got a theory about that.
Yeah.
So, as it's pressing, right? Say you got four toes, but as it's pressing, why can't it be like that? With
True.
Little toe. Depends how their foot is shaped. You got to think in the muddy swamps and stuff like that. It's quite different contours to the land.
Yeah.
Their feet could be evolved to run across.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
I was gonna say, because obviously, like I said about the Everglades and that, obviously it's thick with water as well. Could they be webbed? Evolved to have been webbed?
There has been reports of some webbed feet among them, but I don't think so.
No.
With it being a primate and it's not from the Fenland. We're joking. We get them cut when we're born.
Yeah, exactly.
For reasons not well known, skunk apes are apparently very dangerous towards canids, a carnivorous diet towards canids. A carnivorous diet seems to consist of a lot of livestock, which they are attributed to be a significant contributing factor, especially in smaller varieties of livestock, such as goats and chickens. There are very rare reports of man-eaters, though they are typically based on older legends, which makes it very difficult to verify whether someone was ever actually slain or not, whether by a cryptid or not. Those serious about cryptozoology and cryptids in general often dismiss the skunk ape due to the many characteristics that make them seem unlikely from a biological viewpoint. This has led to their credibility coming into question, ultimately causing them to receive significantly less attention from the cryptozoologic community, because their many exhibiting paranormal characteristics, cryptozoologists simply consider them unattractive. Ventures as they appear as mere urban legend. Examples of some of the abilities that make them unlikely creatures are glowing eyes or being bulletproof at close range, both of which have been described by different reports. That picture I showed you, it looked like it had glowing eyes, but that's just camera glare.
That's just camera, yeah.
And it happens with a lot of animals. Primates, not genuinely, but a lot of mammals, if you
shoot them,
if you cast a light, their eyes shine.
Yeah.
Especially for nocturnal animals.
Yes.
You see it, you see it like with lions, their eyes go green.
Yeah.
Usually, carnivorous animals, their eyes go a yellowish, greenish colour. Herbivore animals are red.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ask me why, they just are.
Just happens, innit?
Yeah. But the skunk ape, I don't know. I feel like that could be a very... I mean, that picture looks fairly real.
Oh, yeah. The only thing that's getting me is, with it being, like, obviously when I think of skunk ape Florida, I instantly think of the Everglades.
Yeah.
I feel like the problem is, it very well could be just like how they said, just like a pet that they just let go, because I'm not being funny, it won't be the first.
No. Or
but
a
the
fucked
same
up lab experiment.
Yeah, but at the same time, the one thing that's getting me from a semi-logical point of view is the python, which obviously has dominated the Everglades.
Yeah.
Are they eating these as well? Or are they eating the pythons? Because surely if the pythons are basically... You look at the animals that were in the Everglades 20 years ago, they're next to non-existent now because of the pythons.
They're becoming very sparse.
So is it a case of, if these are carnivorous, what they feeding on? They've surely got to feed on the pythons, otherwise they won't survive.
That's what I mean, saying livestock as well.
Yeah.
So if with farms close by and stuff like that,
there's loads of people that have like farms and like
hobby farms and stuff like that. You know, little homesteads.
Yeah.
It's it's like a fucking buffet for them.
Yeah.
But and as well, they could very easily prey on like snakes and stuff, because if they've got hands like humans,
just grab the fucking
they can
thing.
grab it, they can bite. We don't know. Primates generally have quite strong jaw muscles.
Yeah.
They have quite strong bite force. And with a lot of primates, like, they have massive teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Like you saw that on that picture I showed you.
It's proper got like ape-like teeth.
Like, Josh, while you're editing this, just put the picture down. Lovely. It looks like it's got massive teeth, like massive bottom teeth. And if that's the case, then that'd kill a python.
100%.
Their teeth, that could probably kill an alligator.
Very well
could probably eat an alligator, which would be insane. But alligators are better. Just saying. I love it. I just love crocodilians and the American crocodile. They live in the Everglades. But also like when you think of Florida, you think the Everglades, but
that's not the only swamp.
No, they're swamps.
It's massive. It's probably the biggest.
Yeah, it is. I think it is in the state of Florida.
Yeah, there's multiple swamps all over the gaff.
And you can't get to them.
No.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to do all 20 today.
No. Well, that's all right.
Oh, no.
You can have part 2 next week.
Yeah.
Or the week after.
The week after, yeah. It's yours next week. Oh, I'm buzzing for yours. Right, what's next? Remember last week when I was saying, like, in Florida and Ohio, they're the only two I could come up with at the time being. Well, the one from Ohio is called the Ohio Grassman.
Okay.
Why it's called that, I don't know.
from Ohio and it lives in grass, isn't it?
Yeah. The Grassman, also known as the Ohio Grassman, Kenmore Grassman, or Orange Eyes, is a tall bipedal hominid that stalks the woods of Ohio, hence the name Ohio Grassman. It is reportedly very similar to Bigfoot. It seems to be much more aggressive than any other Sasquatch species.
Oh, okay.
Which, it sounds weird, but that actually attracts me more.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Because when we start going out hunting for them, or
yeah, when we say hunting, we don't mean we're going to go and shoot the damn thing.
like I've always said, the only way that these are going to get classed as a species is a body on the table.
Yeah.
Or a live one. And I would not want to put a live one through the tests.
No.
Because that is torture. That is disgusting. That is inhumane. The humane thing to do to prove their existence and to set up conservation for them is a sacrifice as a body on the table. Because it don't matter how many pictures you take, it don't matter how many videos you make, they will not be...
There'll always be someone saying, nah, bollocks.
Yeah, ridiculed. The only way is a living proof.
Mm-hmm.
Or, you know what I mean? Like, a physical proof. Because even though, like, with Jeff Goldblum? Dr. Jeffrey Meldrum, who is... He's like the king of the Bigfoot community.
Yeah.
He's an anthropologist, and he has got, like, I think he said, like, over 300 casts, like, foot casts.
Okay, now.
And he goes into great detail of how they're real.
Mm-hmm.
How he believes that the Bigfoot is a real creature. And like it's all to do with the footprints.
Yeah. And
it's all to do with how, like, with mid-tarsal breaks and stuff like that, which blows my mind. Absolutely blows my mind. But people still say no.
Yeah.
Like he's saying like a lot of some of the casts that with dermal ridges and stuff, like they're next to impossible
to
replicate.
Fake, yeah.
To fake. But people are still saying no. Like, what more do you need? It's like it's like the Patterson Gimlin film. Like, that video, even though that was filmed in 1967, is still the best bit of evidence we have got about Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Which is crazy when you think of how technology has jumped and everything. But it was just primarily luck, being in the right place at the right time, that he was able to get it.
Yeah.
And I know people are going to go into the paranormal aspect. It can make your fucking cameras go out of battery and make them fuzzy. They won't even turn up and all this. Yada, 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 yada. I ain't going into that right now. I would like to do an episode on the paranormal aspect, but I think we would get so much hate.
Oh, yes.
Because it'd just be an hour of me and you pissing ourselves. But the thing is, you can't ever rule it out because of the amount of sightings and how they're still so elusive.
Yeah.
And they're saying, like, oh, you'd surely see one by now. Right, Jeffrey Meldrum come up with this.
Mm.
I was telling you about it the other week.
Yeah.
He's saying, like, for the population, for every 300 black bear, was it 300?
I think you said something like that.
Yeah, for every 200 to 300 black bear, there's one Sasquatch. Right? Which sounds bizarre. But in some states, there's hundreds of black bear or thousands. Even some states, there's thousands.
Yeah.
How often
do you rarely come across them?
Do you come across a black bear?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So if that's the case...
and they prove it, like, we know they exist.
Yeah, and I think it's not a definite answer, I don't believe. It can't be. But I think how he was wording it... for every, like, 200 to 300 sightings of black bear, there'll be one Sasquatch. So that's how I feel like he's got to the population of that. Which, then you can kind of go into, like, how there could be solitary animals and stuff. That's why there's not so many of them, because... And it's also to do with, like, maturity.
Yeah.
Like, because some animals have to be older to be sexually mature, and and gestation periods and stuff like that.
Plus, as well, with going on that they are very ape-like. When you look at apes in the wild and that, I know you got like families and that. 9 times out of 10, when the younger adults reach the sexual maturity, they fuck off and they find their own family.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? So what's to say that ain't what these lot are doing? But because there's so few of them, it's a lot more difficult to find some.
But it's saying it's so much difficult, but at the same time, but it's just an even kill. Like, even though, like, because you were saying, like, how their top, you said it in the last Bigfoot video, how their top dog and everything, they'd be overrun. But that's not always the case. Because, like, great white sharks, they're the top dog. Well, apart from orcas, but,
Orcas slap them up.
Yeah, they do. They slap
slap everything up.
Yeah, that is true. But with, like, great white sharks, a lot of the time they're the top dog. But you don't have a mass influx.
No.
Because
that's true.
Because then you're fighting for territory all the time.
Yeah.
Could they be cannibalistic? Like, because great white sharks are.
Yeah.
Great white sharks are cannibalistic. Could Sasquatch be cannibalistic over territory?
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So they're always on like just an even kill.
Yeah.
Even roll. Because humans love shagging. It's not... No, like, humans are is one of the only animals that has sex for pleasure. Not a lot of other primates do. No. They have sex for reproduction and for dominance.
Yeah.
So, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they've still got that ape aspect to them,
we'll explain why
they're in such an influx.
Yeah, very well could be. Yeah.
Fucking hell! I want hammer. But at some point I would like to do like the paranormal aspect.
It would be entertaining.
But we'd have to try.
I'd try, but I know it just won't go well.
No, I know. But we'd have to try.
Yeah.
Because, come on, we're a paranormal podcast.
Yeah.
So really, we should be looking more into that.
I can't get with it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you believe that. If it's your opinions,
the thing is,
everything like that, but I just can't get on board with it.
There's been a lot of people out there who have come forward with their sightings and everything, and they're saying that there definitely is a paranormal aspect because they've seen it. Who are we to say that they haven't?
Oh God, no!
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
So, as much as we find it absolutely ridiculous, which I do, I can't lie. We're not liars. What got me into cryptozoology is my love for animals. Like I have such a love for animals, and hearing that there's animals out there what ain't been discovered really intrigues me. But I see it from
an animal kingdom
as an animal,
aspect,
not as a spirit or a ghost. Because there's people that think fucking Loch Ness Monster's just the spirit of a dinosaur. Like, are you mad? Why is it just one? I'm not walking up the shops and there's a spirit of a baryonyx stat walking about. You know what I mean? Oh, right. The first prominent sighting of the Grassman occurred in the small village of Minerva, Ohio. In August 1978, when the grandchildren of Minerva residents Evelyn and Hal Clayton, big up, that's a name and a half, because that's my last name. But anyway, along with their friends, ran inside screaming about a hairy monster they saw in the gravel pit outside. Actually, I've just saw. No, it was Italy.
Hey?
Right, when my great granddad was in the war, apparently he was a little bugger. I never met my great granddad, but apparently he took my old man, my two uncles, to the pub one night and said, like, I've got something to tell you. You've got a sister in Italy.
Oh,
yeah. He was a lad. What a man! When the couple went out to investigate, they saw what the cry children had described. It was covered in dark matted hair, sitting in the pit and fiddling with discarded trash. I know where you were going.
I was going to say, hold up.
It was estimated to be around 300 pounds in weight, which is big boy. The Claytons fled, but this would not be their last encounter with Ohio's ape man. The Claytons would see the Grassman many times after their initial encounter. One night it was seen peering at them through their kitchen window. Hal ran for his gun, but the primate was gone before he returned. The area was later investigated by police, and although there was no sign of the hairy humanoid, several faint footprints were observed in the mud, and a terrible smell still lingered in the air. The Ohio Grassman was later seen by the Claytons atop a hill near the strip mine at night. The next month, in broad daylight, the couple observed two hairy bipeds on the same hill. It was only after these reports by the Claytons were made that a startling connection was made. Days before the gravel pit incident, the Claytons' German Shepherd was found dead.
Oh.
Its neck broken, presumably killed by the hairy beast. It's such a thing with Sasquatch-like creatures and dogs. They hate dogs. It's like, if you remember the original Bigfoot podcast we done.
Yeah.
Which it's still mad because that was our first
ever one. Yeah.
Really. So I'm doing it better. But because we were going to try, like, every topic we done was going to have like a video, like a sound clip about it.
Yeah.
We only done it for that and 9/11, which is kind of fitting because they're our two favourites.
Yeah.
But in that clip, it was a man talking to 911 and he said about his dog getting killed.
Yeah.
And they were saying about their German Shepherd being killed.
Do you reckon it's because, like, they got the best chance of finding them? Like, with their senses and that? Smell and tracking abilities?
I think it's that.
Or it's just like an alert thing. They know if that thing starts yapping.
Yeah,
I'm
maybe.
done for, so fuck. See you later.
Maybe. And because of how, like, especially like with German Shepherds and a lot of guard dogs, they bark and they protect their home.
Mm-hmm.
And Sasquatch, I don't believe nasty creatures. Like I think they're carnivorous.
Yeah.
And there might be some out there that are like man eaters, but not. They're just curious.
Yeah.
And this dog is barking, and it's, you know what I mean. Like, it's going to attack them. It's defending itself.
Yeah.
Kills them. Done job.
Job done.
Because it's not eating them.
No.
Not all the time. There's probably been some that have. But a lot of the time, they're not eating them. They're just killing them
And leaving them.
The Minerva case, along with its infamous Sasquatch, would form the most complex and important Bigfoot investigation in Ohio's history. Even so, the year 1978 was not the first mention of such creatures roaming the Buck's Eye State. In the 1700s, Indians native to the Ohio grasslands spoke of a race of bipedal ape men referred to as the Wild Ones of the Woods that lived nearby. The Native Americans would leave out food for the creatures in an effort to keep peace. And that's the thing as well. I was listening to a podcast, and it was about a bloke, and a bloke would leave out, they've got a thing for peanut butter. They love peanut butter, and like apples and stuff like that, and fish. And he'd leave them out, and they'd take it, and they'd always bring... he said that the peanut butter jars would come back better than it would be in a dishwasher. Clean. Absolute clean. What gets me, though, he's saying all this. Why hasn't he sent this peanut butter jar to be examined for DNA?
Yeah.
You tit.
Yeah.
But some people don't want Bigfoot to be discovered.
I can see why.
I can, yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%. And there's been loads of stories. Like, I'm pretty sure I said it on the last Bigfoot one. That was from a podcast, because that's what I do. I just, when I'm at work, if I'm on my own, I just put them on and I'm in my element.
Yeah.
And it was one, and it was about this nephew went to stay with his uncle.
Mm.
And his the nephew was cleaning dishes one night, and he looked out the window, and at the back of the garden he had like a tall fence, and the Bigfoot was just like looking in, looking into the garden and that. And of course the nephew's like, like what? Like terrified, and everything, like scared. He's gone to his uncle, like, there's a monster looking in the garden. He went, oh, you've just seen him too, are you?
Nah.
And he's like, what do you mean? He's like, he's alright. He just comes in, has a little look about, and goes away again. He's like, haven't you ever reported this? He went, no. He don't do me no harm. Why would I do that to him?
Fair play.
That's one account.
Yeah. How many more are there that are just...
Yeah, especially like in like the more wilderness areas of America.
Yeah.
Or around the world. Like, they just coexist.
Me.
They
yeah,
just
why?
coexist.
Yeah.
You know? They're like, yeah, well, we know it exists. Oh, well.
That's that, yeah.
Yeah. Whereas, like, people like us, who haven't had an encounter, and, well, especially for me, and who loves the idea of them and everything, if I see, and like, trying to make a name for myself in the cryptozoological community, if I found one, I'll be telling every fucker. That's one half. But then there is the other half. I fight with myself all day.
Yeah.
We spoke about this before. Like, I'm in there in the mirror and I'm like having a full-on argument with myself. And because there is a part of me that, yeah, I would go out, I would shoot one, I would kill one. Yeah, I know I'm going to get hate for that. I don't care. Because to prove that they exist, of their existence, and to provide conservation for them. Because whatever happens, I want this species to thrive. But then there is that part of me, I'm in the woods, and I see one, and it's like, I know myself it's real. It's not bothering anyone. Let it
go.
Let it be. There is that. Honestly, I'm fighting myself all the time. Because
But surely, wouldn't that be enough? Like, you know they're genuine. I know people will be like, nah, bollocks. But you know 100% for a concrete fact, it does exist. You've seen the damn thing.
Yeah, but as well, because I want to, like, share my love for them.
Yeah.
And with it being not recognised as a species, if I try to share my love and people just keep ridiculing you,
that's going to piss you off.
Yeah. Whereas if I just slam a body on a table, like, what you reckon of this, Ed?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, fuck, all right, fair. But then you got all the big game hunters who are like, I want a piece.
Be on that like
I want a piece of this.
Yeah.
And even if you do provide conservation and protect the species, there's always got to be someone who don't care about the law.
No.
Just to say they've got one.
Mm-hmm.
So it is very... But as well, even if I've done that, they're still doing it now anyway. There's hunters as we speak probably out there.
Looking for it to try
to kill it.
Yeah.
So, I'm very... What's the word?
Into minds.
Yeah. But no, I do want to be real.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, before I carry on. From our last video, you was like, no, you didn't believe in them whatsoever. Mm-hmm. Where do you stand now?
I'm leaning more towards, yes, they exist. I'm not going to say 100% concrete because, like we've said countless times.
No, I'm not 100%.
But I feel with everything out there...
That's bollocks. You could say about technology and
no,
everything like that. That's bollocks.
No. I'm not saying with everything out there, like, that has been discovered from them. It is looking a lot more likely that they do exist. A lot more likely.
Yeah.
So, yeah, for me personally, I'd say I'm 70% they exist.
Yeah.
About that, I'd say.
Yes, join me, brother. Join me. Oh, actually, to be fair, last week I watched a banging documentary.
Yeah.
You've got Amazon Prime, haven't you? Yeah, it's on there. I'll have to remember what it was called. Courtney won't know. But we watched one, and that was really good. Jeffrey Meldrum was in that. Big up. And they released another one off the paranormal one. I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, no.
But I will watch it and just see.
We'll have to do a react to it.
You could do. It's a proper documentary, a long old documentary.
We'll split it in parts or something.
Or we'll film it and just get the best bits on.
Yeah.
Do it like that. But no, that is going to be insane.
Yeah.
I'm very curious.
We'll have to do a react to it.
Because I feel like, especially with cryptozoology and stuff, you have to have that open mind.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, you have to be sceptical. You can't just have a report come in and be like, yep, that's sold. You have to be sceptical. And like I say, there's a few researchers who we're in contact with now and everything like that, and they're sceptical.
Yeah.
And they found their own evidence, and they're still sceptical on it. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, even if there's a part of me like I'll see one and be like, nah, I'm not playing trick. It'd have to actually like pick me up and shake me. And like, I am real, mug. And I'll be like, you know what? It might be some proof in this. There might be some proof in this pudding. But yeah, you have to be.
Yeah.
And the worst thing, the one thing I will not really delve into is tree structures. They can be so easily made by man as well.
Yeah.
There are some which is like, nah, even Eddie Hall would struggle doing this, like making them.
Mm-hmm.
But as well, a lot of them is like big lean-tos and stuff like that. And it's like, because I'll do bushcraft as well, it's like, I could do that.
Yeah.
I could easily do that.
Yeah.
So it's that catch-22. So I never really look into like tree structures. I'd look into tree structures if I saw footprints.
Yeah, makes sense.
Or found hair.
It's like that video we saw of the one that's just sat there and it literally just picks up a whole bloody tree and just goes, have it.
Yeah.
How can you do that now?
No.
How can you do that?
Yeah, the only way you could do that is if with scale. If you could make it so it looks scaled down, or scaled up, whatever, then you could be like, it could like throw people off, but as well, like as you delve into it more, you could be like, oh, that's how they could do it. But as well, it's just, I just can't, especially with like bushcraft and survival training, and especially with the forests in America, for how bloody big they are. Like I said, just the one in Wisconsin takes up nearly half the state.
That's ridiculous.
A lot of people have probably gone hiking, got lost, have had to survive. So they've made these kind of structures.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like they're all human made.
No,
there probably is some that have been Bigfoot made, but it's a very, very weak evidence.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
I feel, yeah. Again, in the 1800s, sightings of a similarly hairy biped were made by the Ohio River. The hominid had apparently tried to throw a man off his carriage, but retreated when his daughter, riding as a passenger, threw several stones at it. It is unknown whether these are all Grassman sightings or possibly sightings of a similar kind of Bigfoot. And if the latter, how related the two species are. It says that its height ranges from 5 to 10 feet, generally in the 6 to 7 foot range. Mm-hmm. Footprints ranges from 10 to 20 inches long. Some footprints appear to have claws, pigeon-like toes, or flat feet. Some prints are three-toed. Possible handprints have been found. Weight estimates of 300 to 1,000 pounds.
Big boy.
Generally in the 350 to 500 pound range. Some reports says it growls and barks with unusual heavy breath, but other reports say it sounds like a cry of a baby or the scream of a woman.
What?
Has a strong odour, like the odour of rot that lingers in the area days after it is vacated. It's got a snub nose, peaked or deep-set eyes, very chesty, blackish-brown in colour, long arms, pointed and bulky head, no neck, monstrous wide shoulders, black, grey or brown hair. Some say its hair is smooth, but others say it is shaggy, covering all of its body except the palms of its hands. Has a luminous red or orange eyes. Some reports say that it looks like a gorilla but appears to stand straighter. Other reports claim the creature looks more human than ape. Initially, the creature was reported to have no visible neck and its face was not discernible due to the veil of long hair. It's reported to be very aggressive and are unimaginably strong. According to eyewitnesses, however, according to Native American writings, the creatures have the capacity for peace, should it be beneficial for them, possibly indicative of a higher level of intelligence. Unlike most humans, some say it walks like a robot or machinery. It can throw large rocks and can break tree limbs. So you're saying Bigfoot come up with the robot, did he? No, it's Bigfoot.
Peter Crouch, I was going to say, he's tall.
He's tall, but yeah.
He's a Bigfoot.
Yeah, he's big though, isn't he? He's gangly. Bigfoot uses him to knock pegs in. Known to kill dogs, and numerous unusual deer kills have been reported, with just deer's liver taken and legs twisted off.
Nice.
They say it can up to 5 individuals have been seen in together at one point. Observed in a cave with a stash of deer parts, unusual structures have also been seen, dome made from forest material and teepee-like structures. Again, weak evidence.
Mm-hmm.
Mothers and babies have been observed, feces found on tree limbs and on wood fibres. The hair strand, which are 16 inches, have been analysed by Ohio State University but haven't been identified.
Oh, here we go.
What?
Why haven't they been identified then?
Well, no, because if it's not in the database, it can't be identified.
Oh, I thought you meant
They took it and not said that.
Yeah. I was going to say, well, why you done that for, Ned? Because you found that it was dog shit?
From the characteristics, you can see that the Grassman has been cited by many people, proof from differences between each characteristic. On Destination America's Mountain Monsters, the Grassman is the Ames team's arch nemesis.
Arch nemesis.
Nemesis. Anemone. I love Mountain Monsters. It is so crap, but so good. I love it. The next one we're going to talk, and I think it's going to be my last one. Okay, now. Is called a wood bugger.
You got the short straw, my brother. I'm sorry.
The wood bugger is a type of Bigfoot or hairy humanoid originating from Southwest Virginia. And you know, West Virginia is the place. If you're a cryptozoologist or a cryptid hunter, monster hunter, paranormal expert, paranormal hunter, West Virginia is the place to go.
Because it's the place you belong.
Yeah.
Takes you home down the country roads.
Fuck it out.
Second you said West Virginia.
Because, I mean, like, we spoke about different things from West Virginia. We spoke about the Flatwoods Monster, which was on our Aliens podcast, Mothman, now Bigfoot. And there's loads, probably loads of other stuff as well.
Either that, or there is just some like mad acid in the water supply.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the wood bugger is a Bigfoot-like creature said to roam the forests of Southwest Virginia. The name wood bugger was given to the creature because it was often rumoured to carry off young children like the boogeyman. This cryptid was featured in the Animal Planet TV show Finding Bigfoot. Episode Virginia is for Bigfoot lovers. Virginia's just for cryptid lovers. There have been particularly large amount of sightings outside the town of Saltville, Virginia. Since this visit, the city of Norton, Virginia, has many attractions named after the wood bugger. This city has also been named as a sanctuary for the wood bugger since 2014. An annual wood bugger festival is held where visitors can go on guided tours to search for the creature. A statue of the wood bugger is located at the Flag Rock Overlook. The Wood Bugger Bar and Grill is named after the creature, and many local businesses sell merchandise of the Wood Bugger. In September, a geocaching event named the Wood Bugger Geo Trail is held in Flag Rock Recreation Area. So they're just cashing in.
Yeah, 100%.
Can't say I blame them.
No, oh God, no, I'll do the exact same.
100%. If I lived there, yeah, massively. Right. I think that'll do for today. I think if people are listening, they're all big-footed out. But, of course, I think, well, for the next one.
I've got one for you. Right. Out of all the ones you've read, right, what would you say is the most believable?
Out of them four?
Out of them four.
For me, probably the Cumberland Beast.
Really?
The state is nearly 50% covered in forest.
That is true.
So it is prime ground for Bigfoot to live in, or for a Sasquatch-like creature. That and probably the Ohio Grassman.
Yeah.
Because it just seems very well documented on how it looks and everything.
Yeah.
So them
was that
two...
the one with the dog neck broke?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, with the Claytons.
Either that or there is just some sick fuck out there.
That kills dogs.
Which...
Fuck you. If it's Bigfoot, fuck you.
Yeah, I was going to say, even if it's Bigfoot, you kill my dogs, mate, I will hunt you down. And then there'll be proof, because I'll bring the damn thing's head back. You don't go near my dogs.
Is it bad that I kind of want to? Just so then we can both hunt it.
What? Kill a dog?
Yeah. Well, get it to kill a dog.
Oh, yeah, as long as it ain't our dogs.
Oh, yeah, true.
We'll find a dog we don't like.
I think we'll.
I can think of a few straight up. Have that! Do us a favour, boy.
But no, so at the minute you're about 70%.
Yeah. It's annoying because there's some you're reading, and I'm not just on about this episode. I'm on about every single one we've done. And some you read, and I'm like, you know what? You could be onto somewhere. And then it'd be that one little bit, and it'll just go, boom.
I get that, but I feel like, as well, you can't take every account as gospel.
God no.
Whereas, like, some you think, oh, yeah, he's onto something, and there's, like, some that are, like, very similar, and you think, yeah. Then there's one that's that, it turned the freaking frogs gay.
Yeah.
And you're like,
you're like, well, there you go.
There we go. But then you could just say, like, he's
just off his nut.
Yeah, he's on shrooms there. But, as well, and I feel like, especially for this day and age, people would not come forward and say they've had a Bigfoot experience or any cryptid experience because of that fear of being ridiculed.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, there's people out there who just don't give a toss.
Well, I'm not being funny. You look at that through anything in life.
Yeah, of course.
It takes that one person to step forward, and when it's proven or whatever, then the floodgates open.
I was listening to a podcast the other day, and it was about because they recently, I think in the last 50 years or something like that, they recently discovered another species of orangutan.
Oh, really?
And for years, they were like, no, they don't exist. So they were classed as cryptid. I can't remember what breed it was. I'll have to look into that. But the natives were saying, no, they're here. They're real. They are here. And it took so long to then find them. And they're like, no, they are real.
Yeah.
So is that the same now?
Well, very well could be. I mean, it's the same with that anaconda, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know they're two completely different animals.
Well,
but
it's the same kind of premises.
Yeah, exactly. They don't believe it exists, and it's like, oh, hello.
Yeah. And it's a larger anaconda than the green anaconda.
That's what I mean.
So with that, and I mean, anacondas are massive. Mm-hmm. Like, nearly 30 feet.
Something like that, yeah.
So they're big boys.
Mm-hmm.
And it's only took them, like, it's only been, like, last year.
Yeah.
Or last couple of years that this species has been discovered. So with that, even large species are still getting discovered.
Yeah. What's to say these things aren't?
Exactly. And if these are of a higher intelligence of what they're...
Or they're going to be hidden.
Yeah.
They're going
to
be
more
to evade, at least.
Yeah, exactly. You got to think, they know them woods better than
we ever will.
Yeah. It's like the back of their hand.
Yeah.
If they know... If they might have, like, really, like, incredible hearing, sense of smell, eyesight...
They have to have something like that, because just, like...
To survive.
Animal instincts and things like that.
So with that, they know we're there before they do. Yeah. And if that's the case, they're going to be able to hide easier.
Yeah, 100%.
You know? And there's been a lot of reports as well, even though they are a big hulking animal, their footsteps are like feathers.
Yeah.
They don't make a sound. They're just there. Which then brings people on more paranormal side.
Yeah.
It's like, are they just like hovering?
No, they're not.
No,
they're not.
But you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So with that, they're just so perfect to their environment that if they don't want to be found, they're not going to be found.
No.
Just end of until we go find them.
Yeah, we'll find them all.
We'll find it.
Like Pokemon, got to catch them all.
Yeah, I will.
I'm such a fucking nerd. Jesus Christ, I hate myself for just saying that sentence. Jesus Christ.
It worked out quite well. That's what they should do.
What, a Bigfoot Pokemon?
No, a cryptid Pokemon.
I'm surprised they haven't, you know.
Oh,
or some sort of game like that. I'm really
it probably is,
yeah.
But it's probably like just
a piece of shit mobile game. Something like that.
Yeah, I'll have to have a look. But no. So I think this will conclude today's episode.
Yeah.
I'll be doing. So that was 4. I've got 20. So I've got another 4 episodes. At least I'm sorted.
I was going to say.
At least I'm sorted. Josh.
Yes.
What are we talking about next week?
Well, next week, as you would have noticed, my last episode, it was about a storm. Episode before that, it was about a plane that went missing. I'm sort of linking the two together, because there's not any planes that go missing in these storms, but everything goes missing in these storms.
It's not a storm, though.
Well, we don't know. But
it's not a storm.
But I am talking about the Bermuda Triangle.
Yes! Fucking yes! You don't realise how long I've been wanting you to do it. It was getting to the point where I was like, I'm going to fucking do it. But it's more your thing. But I'm just like, oh.
So we'll be talking about, obviously, what it is. Some of the stories that have occurred there. Yeah. Thank you for watching. No, but we'll be talking obviously a lot more in depth about some of the stories that have apparently occurred there and just how mad it all is.
Yeah.
That's all I can really say without going into detail about it.
Yeah, and there's even I could come up with, from my point of view, like from the cryptid point of view, what's happened there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I remember. What was it? It was a show, I think it was done by William Shatner.
Mm-hmm.
He done like mysteries and stuff. And there was a possible cryptid explanation of the Bermuda Triangle.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
Yes.
But no, so that's what we'll be doing next week. So, Ed, where can they find us?
Well, I should have got that sorted quicker. Give me 2 seconds. Oh, I could have done it there. Right. You can follow us on Facebook, which is a Facebook page. Or is it a group?
Group.
So that is in the search bar, Missing Mysteries in black and white. You can follow us on Twitter or X or whatever it's bloody called nowadays, which is Missing Mysteries in black and white at Miss Mysteries 1. No and, just Miss Mysteries 1. You can follow us on Instagram, which is Myths and Mysteries in black and white. Well, at Myths and Mysteries _ like the actual underline bit. Fuck, I nearly missed that. Jesus Christ. Oh, I'm losing it.
Are you alright, mate?
I don't know. I'm all bigfooted out. You can follow us on TikTok, which is Myths and Mysteries 10. Like the number 10. Best number there is. You can email us. So that could be sightings you've had. Have you had a Bigfoot sighting? Please let us know. Tell us where it is. We'll get there.
Mm-hmm.
That could be theories. So that could be theories on previous podcasts, theories on cryptids, conspiracies, whatever. But yeah, what's your theories on Bigfoot? Do you believe that they're an animal? Do you think they're something paranormal? Do you think they're actually a Neanderthal? That's another popular one, that they're actually a caveman.
Huh?
That could be criticisms. So what you did enjoy about the podcast, what you don't enjoy about the episodes, anything like that. Praises, which we prefer. So what you like. Ideas. If you have any ideas for what we could do for future episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Merch. I know we haven't got any on at the minute. We're quite useless.
But it is bare warm.
It is bare warm. But we might have sorted that out.
Mm-hmm.
Not the warmness.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I'm not quite God. Yeah, so if you want our hoodies in any colour, we can do any colour, can we?
Pretty much any colour,
Pretty much any colour.
Unless you come out saying, I want beige.
Yeah.
Piss off.
I want turquoise with a hint of mahogany sunset.
Yeah, it's like, alright.
So yeah, so if you want a hoodie, let us know, and there might be some more merch coming out soon.
Mm-hmm. Do what, general chit chat?
If you want to chat, yeah, just chat to us. Yeah, I've done ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Everything. Yeah.
And that's it. missingmysteries@outlook.com. And also, if you either comment on our YouTube, our TikTok, or on the Facebook or Instagram, or any of our social pages.
Yeah.
If you comment the word wood bugger, you will get 20%?
Yeah, 20%.
20% discount on our merch. Mm-hmm. And I'm not just saying it because they're ours, but they're the comfiest hoodies you'll
they are
ever
unreal.
get. And
we have proof. There's
proof.
people out there with them.
Yeah.
And they'll prove it.
And they'll back us.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Wood bugger.
Mm-hmm.
All one word. Wood bugger. You'll get 20% off.
Yeah.
And also, you could subscribe and like and comment on our YouTube videos and channel, which is Missing Mysteries. Go through our social platforms to get on there because the algorithms are kicking our ass at the minute.
Yeah.
So, yeah, get on there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that does about everything. Josh, where can they listen to us?
Well, even though you are, if you fancy listening on another platform or all of them, you can find us on Podbean, Spotify, Samsung, Amazon, Podchaser, Player FM, and iHeartRadio.
Fantastic.
But no, be sure to keep your eye out for an On the Hunt that's coming out in the next few days.
Yeah.
Be sure to keep your eye out on a Reacts that's coming out in the next few days. You're getting the trifecta.
And
You're getting the trifecta.
And there's also a good chance of a vlog coming out very soon.
Mm-hmm. See, we spoil you lot. I know we've been a bit up and down recently, but we spoil you.
We're trying.
Yeah.
Please. I just want this to be my life. I just want to either be in here or be in the woods. That's it. Oh, and of course with my kid and everything like that. But
that'd be a bonus.
That's a bonus. That's a plus. Nah, here or in the woods or in a lake or in the sea or somewhere where there's fucking monsters, ghosts, UFOs.
Or just any mad shit.
Yeah, anything.
But no, thank you very much for listening or watching or both. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Happy hunting.
Woo!
That's good.
That was fucking banging.